Hey, this isn't a beach party. You aren't the exterminator. Well, maybe. Don't hit your friend with a hammer. This is Firefall, where mysterious enemies invade the lands, bugs are rampant, and thumping among gents is an everyday thing. So park your chopper, clear the landing space, and have yourself a wiki walker as I school you fireflies in how not to be a noob in Firefall Beta. Hey there, Sparky. Before you go jetpacking into the wilderness, there's a few basic things we have to cover. So let's take a look at classes, resource gathering, and crafting. Battle frames. Battle frames are your character's exosuit and are not waterproof. These battle frames are the game's versions of classes. You can have up to 3 battle frames in your garage at any given time. Additional slots can be purchased for red beans. The 5 types of battle frames for each respective class are Dreadnaught. Medium damage, high survivability with the minigun as a primary. Think of these as the tanks or the heavy class. Assault! High burst damage, medium survivability with the plasma cannon as a primary. Think of this as a DPS or assault class. Recon. Medium damage, low survivability with the sniper rifle as a primary. Think of this as a support or sniper class. Biotech. Medium to low damage, high survivability with the life-stealing rifle as a primary. Think of this as a healing or medic class. Engineer! High damage and medium survivability with an arm attachment repair gun as a primary. Think of this as a DPS or engineer class. The game starts you off with the tier 1 battle frame of your choice. As you gain experience and resources, you can then upgrade to the next tier if you so wish. Depending on the route you take within the battle frame's ability tree decides which type of tier 2 battle frame you can unlock for the respective class. You first must purchase the tier 2 with experience, then with crystallite, which is the game's form of currency. Since you can't retrofit the battle suit and the experience doesn't carry over, you must use a garage slot for the tier 2 if you have the resources and experience to purchase it. Experience and resources. Gaining experience and resources in Firefall comes in the primary form of thumping, stopping incursions, repairing thumpers, destroying drop pods, destroying tornadoes, and many more dynamic world events that are constantly happening. Although I will be covering some of them, I am by no means covering all the different events available in the world. Thumping! After completing the starting quest, you then have a hammer in your inventory. Using this hammer to prospect for minerals to find a good place to thump is the best way to gain experience. Once you find a spot that contains a high percentage of minerals, place your thumper down and keep it up for as long as you can. A good rule of thumb is not letting the thumper drop below 30% integrity, since you then run the risk of completely losing the thumper and its resources if it is destroyed. Getting it to 100% capacity is your goal and can easily be achieved in groups, but not always. The resource it gathers are then split according to the size of the thumper and the amount of players in the group respectively. Incursions. Incursions are large-scale invasions of Chosen. Chosen are the humanoid enemies in the game. Since the world is dynamic, incursions have no real set point and can happen anywhere. If you see this red icon on the map, that is an incursion. To stop it, simply attack the turret that is powering the mainframe of the structure until the turret is destroyed and reveals the mainframe for damage. Damaging the mainframe will activate a new turret in which you must destroy to weaken the mainframe again. Eventually, you will be able to destroy it, and Chosen will stop spawning and everything will be destroyed. Drop pods. Drop pods are similar but a smaller scale version of the incursions and happen all over the map as well. Their icons can be seen here and are fairly simple to solo. Like incursions, once you destroy the pod, the Chosen stop spawning. Tornadoes! Tornadoes, like incursions, have a set amount of smaller targets to destroy than a larger central target. Simply destroy the meteoroid-looking masses hovering around the tornado, then the central core. Bases! All of the sub-bases in this post-apocalyptic Brazil are neutral and capturable by the Chosen. If you see a base that is not owned by us, attempting to take it back will trigger drop pods in the immediate area of the base and yield some hefty XP if completed. Broken thumpers! Repairing thumpers is as simple as grabbing 5 parts within the immediate area of the broken thumper and bringing them to the downed machine. However, keep in mind that you are on a timer and can completely fail it if you don't bring all 5 parts in the allotted time. This is a great way to get crystallite engines to craft for an upgraded thumper. Simply looking at the map and approaching icons you are not familiar with will lead you to some of the aforementioned world events that will yield XP and resources, including minerals needed for crafting. Crafting! Crafting can be done at the molecular printing stations found in the 4 current cities in the beta: Copacabana, Trans Hub, Thump Dump, and Sunken Harbor. If you are unsure if your city has a crafting station, simply zoom in and hover over the icons until you find it. Molecular printers allow you to craft materials like medikits, ammo, glider pads, large thumpers like the advanced thumper, and you can even craft versions of your tier 2 weapons. Unlocking abilities and upgrades in the tier 2 battleframe ability tree gives you the schematic to craft that specific item or ability you unlocked via the molecular printer. Whether it is your jump jets, servos, ammo, or even class specific abilities, these can all be crafted and upgraded. Make sure you try each individual material you own and read the stats carefully, since there is no general rule on what types of material produce what quality item. Another craftable worth mentioning is the refining process. You can turn your useless dirt into potential material, as well as converting current materials to crystite. Well, former Fireflies, you have now a basic understanding of the mysterious and complex land of post-apocalyptic Brazil in the game Firefall. There is much more going on than mentioned, including the giant purple wall surrounding the map that will kill you, PvP, surface deposit, character customization like getting some sweet Burt Reynolds mustache with the Mr. T mohawk, and much, much, much more. The rest, though, you will discover for yourself or die trying. From pre-apocalyptic, cold, dry, overcrowded, and overpriced Los Angeles, California, rhinoCRUNCH!